What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby Nave, and today it's time for another movie commentary. So a couple days ago, I put a poll out on my channel's community tab to try to figure out what horror movie I should watch next. And lo and behold, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that movie. Yes, I am very excited to start watching this. A little nervous, kind of on the nervous side, just because gore isn't necessarily my thing. Like, I don't want to say that I don't like slasher movies because a bitch loves Halloween. I feel like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been kind of a trailblazer of its kind. You know, I don't think many movies have done slasher quite the way that Texas Chainsaw Massacre has done it. So yeah, I've been kind of like mentally preparing myself for the fact that I'm probably going to see a lot of ew on screen today. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974, also directed by Tobe Hooper. We literally just covered a Tobe Hooper movie with Poltergeist, and this one came out before Poltergeist, a little ways before Poltergeist. And yeah, with that being said, we shouldn't waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I know this story is loosely based off of, I think, two actual, like, real-life serial killers. Oh boy, it sounds like somebody's digging. I already don't feel great about this. Okay. He's missing his face skin. It is a cool shot with all that smoke and stuff, regardless of the ew I'm looking at. Here we go. Oh, little armadillo! Sad day. What caused him to just accelerate down the hill?
Hey, that's Joe's house. That's where Grandpa used to sell his cattle. Hey, you see those buildings there? That's where they kill them. They bash him in the head with a big sledgehammer. Oh, that's awful.
Oh no, I don't want to see it.
Hitchhiker. Should we take him out?
No. Yeah, no, I know hitchhiking was like very much a thing in the past, not so much anymore, but just something about letting a complete stranger in the car with you, I just don't think it wouldn't like.
How'd you get stuck way out here?
I was at the slaughterhouse. Hey man, you go in that slaughter room, the place where they shoot cattle in the head with that big air gun thing.
Oh, that gun's no good. No way, with a sledge.
What the heck is that thing?
I was the killer.
No, why does it have to be, I was the killer?
They take the head and they boil and they cut the tongue and they scrape all the flesh away from the bone.
Ew. I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian or anything, but I still don't enjoy listening about that. Aren't you not supposed to take what doesn't belong to you, sir? Oh god. Ew, what are you doing, man? You're making everything weird. Ow! Why are they not all freaking out? Yeah, here you go.
I have this knife.
Why did you grab the guy's knife if you had one this whole time? Lord, somebody help him.
You can take me to my house. I live right off this road. It's real close.
Well, couldn't you just walk?
Yeah, couldn't you just walk, please?
You can have dinner with us.
Nope.
You like head cheese?
Ew, head cheese, stop.
Didn't turn out so good. It's a nice beach. You can pay me now.
What? Excuse me.
No, man. Frankly, give him back to him.
Didn't ask you for no picture. Now what? What? You're starting a fire in the car? What's going on? Oh my god! Ew. What a freak.
Would you fill her up, please? I got no gas. You're out of gas? My tank's empty.
The gas station's out of gas. Oh my gosh, it says we slaughter?
Don't want to go fooling around other folks' property. Some folks don't like it. They don't mind showing you.
Some folks like Leatherface.
I got some good barbecue here. Why don't you fellas stick around here? Them girls now, they don't want to go mess around the old house.
No, I tried more, I guess.
Hey, I bet there's some of that guy's blood. What's that? Think it's blood? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, there's blood on it. And that guy cut the hell out of himself.
Yeah, no, why are you like shocked that it's there?
Hey, it takes something though. I mean, just to do that to yourself like he did.
Why are you so fascinated? You don't want to do that.
Right, like you're crazy than he was. Hey, I got some barbecue. We're going to Grandpa's place. I'll go. Come on, Sally, we're going to Grandpa's place.
That guy smeared blood all over the bed.
Are they actually going to make it somewhere or break down since they're low on gas?
Let me see your knife.
Franklin, if we run out of gas before we get back to that service station, which one's back in the gym?
Wait, so that guy used a knife to cut his hand and she just used it to cut whatever that is? Ew!
That's weird. Wonder if that means something. It's the Marcus Zorro. He's going to get you.
All right, come on. Okay.
Brody.
Hey, wait a minute. Here, man, you watch out. Hey, you don't think that guy'd try and follow us, do you? What for?
What?
Where's my money? Kurt.
What a creepy looking house. Seems like a house that Michael Myers would live in.
Hey!
This poor guy. Why did all his friends like forget about him and leave him? They keep having these really long, quiet moments, and it's building up such like tension and suspense. Like I don't even think something's gonna happen just yet. It's still pretty early, but like, is it gonna?
Come on, Franklin. It's gonna be a fun trip.
Jeez, tell me how you really feel. Sad boy. Bad boy.
Did you say there's a swimming hole around here? Yeah. I'd like to swim in there. There used to be a trail down between those two old sheds. Come on, Franklin. We'll see you in an hour or so.
What the frick is that? Ew. That seems not right. That seems bad.
Sally!
Egg.
Sally!
That seems like some messed up people shit.
Must be it.
Oh, another little house. Is that where Leatherface lives?
Hello, is anybody home?
Is that a tooth? Ew, it has a big black spot on it. It's a rotted tooth?
Got something for you.
Yeah, that's gross.
Let's go.
I don't think anybody's home. Really? Who just opens the door to a stranger's house?
Hello? Anybody home?
Clearly not. At least not anybody that wants to be known is home.
Hello?
Oh, God! Okay, I'm not trying to be mean or insensitive, but that was his own fault. He literally walked into the bad guy's lair willingly after he asked several times if anybody was home, and there was no response. Oh, and now she's gonna do the same thing. No! Oh, what the freak? Did you just fall in? Feathers? baby. She's gonna get killed too. God, they don't value cleanliness in this home, do they? Like, why hang a hand from the ceiling? Or a head? Now this is some scary, gross shit. Oh my gosh, no time to puke. Just get the hell out of there. Did he just like hook her back? Oh no. Oh, he's gonna be sawing off body parts. Oh lord. Oh man, right in front of her too. Just to watch her freaking boyfriend get decapitated. I still just can't believe her back is hooked to a hook.
He's gonna get you, Franklin. He's coming to get you. You don't think it means anything?
We'll protect you if he tries to get you.
It probably doesn't mean anything, huh?
You worry too much.
Is this guy like hyper paranoid?
Listen, I think I'll walk down to the creek before it gets too dark.
Can I go too?
I think you better stay here.
Great, so it's just gonna be her and Franklin or whatever his name is. Hey, it's Franklin. Oh no, now this guy is gonna walk right into the trap too. Look at that Texas golden hour.
Hello?
Oh, and he's gonna know that they were there because their towel is still right there on the ledge.
Anybody home? Are you guys in there?
Oh my god, these people just go into strangers' houses. Oh, and the things open, the things open, the things open. Oh no, oh no, oh no. He is acting far too calm for being in a room like that. Throw her back in. Probably like, where all these freaking people keep coming from? Ew. Ew. He got some teeth. If all of these people just wouldn't have gone into this stranger's house.
They must be lost.
If they're not back in a minute, we've got to go look for them.
We ought to go to that gas station and get help.
I'm not leaving you without Jerry. Jerry!
Jerry just got knocked in the head with something hard.
Can I see the flashlight for a minute?
What for?
Franklin, let me see the flashlight. I'm gonna go look for him. You don't have to go.
No, tell me we can't go. All right, all right. I'll go with you.
I can't push him down that hill!
I'll go with you.
Never mind, I'll just go without it.
No! God, you crazy?
All right, Sally. Wait, I'm coming with you.
You just don't want to be alone.
Jerry!
Gosh, like I know that they don't know that there's a killer on the loose, but us as the audience knowing that the killer's on the loose, it is so hard for me to just listen to them scream for this guy's name and reveal their location. Maybe they went here over that
I
generator.
can't see very well. Sally, I hear something. Stop. Stop.
Wow, he came out of nowhere. See, that's just so freaking scary. Chainsaws are so loud. A masked person with a chainsaw coming at you in the dark, that's terrifying. And he runs too. He's not like Michael Myers who only walks. Oh god. And is he just chasing her to his house? Yeah. I was gonna say, he probably has no problem just chainsawing through his own house. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, don't go down there. I mean, you kind of screwed yourself by going upstairs in the first place, but oh my god, wow. Wow, no f***ing, and she just bursted through the window. Oh, back into the woods, we go. God, that's terrifying. That's like every bad dream. Like, that guy's gotta be getting tired. I don't think I've ever held a chainsaw before, but I imagine it's not light. What do you mean there's no phone here? Oh, this guy's gonna be... Oh god, you leave the door open. What the fuck is that? Wait, so that was the barbecue from before, right? Yeah, no, I'm gonna worry. I'm gonna fucking worry.
What
do you want?
What was he gonna do? Stuff her in a sack? He's whapping a woman with a broom. Hate everything about this. Does he work with Mr. Crazy Chainsaw Man? Oh, you're putting a bloody rag in her mouth? Is he sicko? Oh my god, is that the creepy guy from before? Oh my gosh, it freaking is.
Come here, you nap-haired idiot! Damn fool, you almost got caught over it. No, they didn't see me. They don't know nothing.
That
I told you to stay away from that graveyard.
Lord, these people are crazy.
I told you. I told you never leave your brother alone. You get her.
Oh great, is Leatherface's brother.
Get her out of here. Get your brother to let those kids out.
Great, so they're all in on it together.
Where are they going? Get away. Are you sure? Hey, get upstairs with your grandpa.
Your grandpa?
You just take it easy there now. We'll fix supper in a few minutes.
No, I don't think she's gonna feel hungry. I just noticed, is the handrail for that chair an arm? Dude, they made a lamp out of a hand? What are you trying to do? Oh no! Why? Ew, I didn't like the sound effects they added for that. It's so gross. Oh my god, is that a real person still? I thought that was like a literal decomposing body. I can't. Oh god. Ugh. It was an armchair with arms as the arms.
You like this thing?
God, it's so disturbing. A lot of extreme close-ups, screaming, and creepy laughing. Oh my gosh. Stop approaching him with a scary face.
Oh, he's the doctor of the horror. Grandpa has fun. You always said he's the best. He's the best, all right.
He looks like a zombie. He doesn't look alive anymore.
You just hush. It won't hurt nothing. Oh, Grandpa's the best killer there ever was.
No! Freaking twisted people. What the f is wrong with him? You can't tell me that's just how an old-aged person looks. God. Why was he saying this wouldn't hurt? This would freaking hurt. And she escapes. You, Grandpa. Oh my gosh, this girl in just running straight through windows. That's the second time tonight she's done that. Windows are no match for her. Oh great, now they're gonna come after her. Been through all this, she's been through 2 windows, let her go. Someone's coming. Pin him. Deserved it. The guy's like, oh shit, I get back inside. Get in. Why aren't they just going? Why did she escape? They could have just started the car and went. Oh, take that to the face. Oh, he's as soft as a leg. Ah, deserved it. Oh my gosh, she is totally below. That guy said swerve. Narrowly escapes. But what about the other guy that's just now running away? The other truck driver. Bro, that is a power tool. Maybe we don't want to fling it around. And that was the end. Oh my god. Wow. That felt like such a short movie to me. I mean, I know the movie is only an hour and 20 minutes, but that went by so fast. You know, even though I feel like in this day and age I'm a little desensitized to some of the slasher and the spooky that came with this movie, but it still definitely got me a few times. All in all, a pretty enjoyable watch for me. But I'm sure I will have more to say after editing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to my future self for some final thoughts. Welcome back for Final Thoughts, friends. Let's get into discussing this movie. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre has gone down as one of the scariest and even most disturbing movies to have ever come out. But I think one of the biggest appeals about it is the fact that there is no paranormal. Like, there really just could be people out there doing stuff like this, which is of course very scary. You know, like thinking that you could potentially run into something like this in real life, pretty off-putting. One of my favorite horror movies of all time is actually The Strangers, and it has kind of a similar feel in the fact that, like, these are just people who are doing this for apparently no other reason other than the fact that they can. I think that the filmmakers choosing a, like, rural part of Texas as the location for this movie was very intentional, because I don't know if it's still this way, given that I don't live in Texas, but I've heard a lot of people describe it as it's, like, kind of a world of its own, you know, like, especially when you get out of the big cities. But I also think that the way that this film is shot and kind of the rawness in it all, in its pictures, I mean, definitely helps immerse the viewer into the world that these characters are living in. This movie does such a good job of portraying the, like, the grittiness, the kind of grossness, and just, like the overall uncomfortableness of the scene, like, through the screen. You know, it's the kind of visuals that make you feel a little icky on the inside, and whether it was completely intentional to do things that way, or if they were just working within the means of their budget, it definitely worked for this film. I mean, if they're trying to gross you out and put you on edge, I think they did just that. I mean, slaughterhouses are already unsettling in general, and this film kind of just makes you think that you were thrown right in the middle of one, and that's just one of the reasons why this film was the start of a very controversial franchise. This film in particular was banned in some countries because of its violence and high-tension terror. Apparently, Tobe Hooper was hoping for a PG rating for this film, to which I would just say, in what world? You're gonna hang a girl from a meat hook and expect that that's not gonna disturb most adults, let alone young people? I mean, despite it being less gory than I initially anticipated, this is still a very unsettling movie, and I can totally understand why it freaked the shit out of people when it came out. Regardless of its controversy, though, this movie became extremely popular, and I think is a prime example in the shift of the horror genre at the time. You know, we went from more like old school classic horrors like Psycho and Rosemary's Baby and Night of the Living Dead to now the more like new school horrors of the 70s being like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, and The Exorcist. All of which seem to turn up the scary factor significantly, in my opinion. I find cinema history very fascinating in the sense that like us now way in the future can look back and see the impact that specific films had on their respective genres. And I just think the shift from the 60s to the 70s was a big one for the horror genre. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? This movie is loosely based on true events. Yeah, the movie was actually inspired by the real life serial killer Ed Gein, who apparently is also the inspiration for Psycho and Silence of the Lambs. Imagine being so infamous that you inspire 3 completely different horror movies. But yeah, among many other things, Ed Gein was known to dig up graves, make body parts into furniture, wear the skin of corpses, and also eat them, so I see the inspo. Oh, I also want to talk about some things that actually surprised me about this film. I am low-key shocked at how much gore there really wasn't in this movie. I mean, the movie is still unsettling, don't get me wrong. I think that I had just, like, mentally prepared myself to be a lot more disturbed than I actually was, which is nothing against this movie. In fact, I think that suggested violence is just as effective and preferable in my case, given that I don't necessarily love gore, and I am perfectly okay with not getting shown every single gruesome thing that a person can do to somebody else. However, when I was a kid, I actually do remember seeing a scene from what I now know is the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I mistook for the original. In the scene, Leatherface takes a guy and puts him up onto a meat hook, and then takes, like, a handful of salt and shoves it on his amputated leg wound. That scene scared the ever-loving shit out of me as a kid, and of course, at the time, I didn't realize that was from a remake of the movie and not the original, so when I was going in to watch the original, that's kind of what I was expecting to see. So to my surprise, this movie was actually way less gory than I thought that I was going to have to witness, which is fine by me, because I was a little genuinely nervous to see that scene again. I was also kind of surprised because I thought that this movie was going to be, like, so different than Halloween, but they're actually a lot more alike than I initially anticipated. You know, a slasher movie with a masked killer who goes around killing a bunch of teenagers and only one sole surviving female lives on. Halloween also uses a lot of suggested violence rather than just, you know, laying it all out there for you. Honestly, the more research that I do on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I've come to find that this franchise, as well as the Halloween franchise, are actually quite similar, especially in the fact that they seem to get increasingly more violent and increasingly bad as the sequels go on. I just watched Halloween Ends yesterday. It was just dreadful. Halloween Ends is a prime example of taking a iconic movie villain and shoving its legacy directly down the toilet. It seems like with these indie films, once they get big production companies involved and they just start pumping out the sequels that nobody asked for, that kind of seems to be when everything just goes downhill. Which, I mean, you can't just take a big budget and a shoddy script and expect to recapture the magic of the original. I guess I'm talking mostly about Halloween here, given that I haven't seen all of the Texas Chainsaw sequels, but based on reviews for the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's just disrespectful to horror movie lovers at this point. It's so annoying that big production companies push out these terrible movies that they know are not like worthy additions to the franchise because they know regardless they're gonna make money. There's too many people that are loyal to these franchises that like if a new film is gonna come out, you know, they're gonna go see it no matter what. So it sucks in that regard. I wish that big production companies would just focus on making new, innovative content than just trying to milk a franchise for literally all it has left. You know, people just gotta know when to stop. Definitely in Halloween's case, but probably also in Texas's case, they should have stopped a while ago. Anywho, back to this film. The only major downfall that I didn't really like about this movie was the fact that I didn't really feel any sort of like personal connection with any of the characters. They're all pretty forgettable, not very likable. Obviously, you gotta get the viewers to like your characters so they'll actually care about what happens to them. So there definitely could have been a lot more character development there. I mean, I still think it works for what it is, but I think it could have just been that much better if the viewers had a personal connection with the characters. Not to keep comparing to Halloween, but like in Halloween, I think that most viewers feel at least a little connected to Laurie, but not just her, also her friends. It just wasn't that way in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But that's pretty much my biggest critique for the whole thing, and that is all I have for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to my past self to finish up this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre alongside me. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out and supports my channel. If you'd like to hang out with me in between uploads, go ahead and check the description bar. I've listed all my social media there. You can go give me a follow if you want. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you the next time I upload a new video.